You're listening to Cheers Podcast, brought to you by Snoo Snack, the all-natural sleep remedy. Snoo Snacks are made with all-natural ingredients to help you get the best night's sleep the all-natural way. For more information, go to www.snoosnack.com. Today's guest is Zach Byrn, a sports enthusiast, computer scientist, and Twitch gamer. This is Cheers Podcast.
Thanks for listening to the second episode of Cheers Podcast. This week I have on my longtime friend, ex-roommate, fraternity brother, Zach Byrn. He's a Twitch gamer. Zach, thanks for coming in, man. Cheers.
Yeah, dude. Cheers.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Fantastic, actually. Yeah.
It's not scripted, dude.
No, it's fine.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so first thing I obviously want to talk to you about is the whole Twitch community, different things like that.
Yeah.
I know that you're a Twitch gamer on there. What's your handle on there?
My handle is it's kind of funny because I tried to come up. I just wanted to put in Byrn.
Okay.
Because I go
That's
by
cool.
I go by Byrn
Right.
with like the entire fraternity.
Yeah.
That's my last name, obviously, but it wasn't free. It had to be more than 4 characters.
So you have to pay money if it's like a short one?
No, it's like Twitter. You can't.
Oh, you meant it wasn't free. Okay, I thought
It had a limit. You had to have more than 4. Yeah.
Right.
So I made it TN Byrn, which is like Tennessee Byrn.
That's cool.
And I've been kind of like trying to connect with people, whatever, and they're all like, "Oh, TNB, what's up, dude?" No,
TNB, that's kind of cool.
it's cool, but
TNB
it's like,
is kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I usually like if it's a small streamer, I'll be like, "No, my name's Byrn. If you just want to call me that."
Yeah.
And most people get it. Some people don't. It's whatever. Sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, hey, Byrn, nice for joining chat." This, that, and the other, whatever. On my profile, I basically just like, "Hey, my name's Zach. You can call me by that if you want to." It's a small following. It's taken a while to kind of get everything set up. I started back in I tried to start back in September when I got my gaming PC.
Right.
But I didn't have a camera. I didn't have a mic. I had a mic, but it wasn't very good. So I kind of put it off to the side. And I was like, I'll wait till Christmas and just ask my family for all the good
Okay.
components, like a webcam and a good mic.
Okay.
And, So.
Yeah. So before we... Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Before we go more into that, just to make sure our listeners understand, can you explain what Twitch is? Because I don't even fully understand what Twitch is, what it's for.
So I don't know. I don't understand it, but okay. I understand Twitch, but I don't understand this concept. It's like Twitch has been around since 2012, right?
Yeah.
It's 2018, 6 years later. Twitch is basically a platform where you can go and see people playing your favorite games. Mm-hmm. They're playing online, doing run-throughs, playing with viewers. They want to, people come into your chat and they're like, "Hey, let's play." They'll add you to their party, and they'll run-throughs, do onlines, PvP, whatever,
What is PvP?
Player versus player.
Okay, and so is it mostly because I've been on Twitch a few times,
Yeah.
and it mostly looks like battle games. Like I see people playing Fortnite a lot.
Player Unknown's Battlegrounds.
PUBG. So I see people playing those. Does anybody play NBA 2K or Madden? Is that on Twitch? Do people like to watch that?
So you can kind of go to the browse page, and it'll tell you immediately hey, these are the popular games.
So there's a top play or something.
Fortnite right now is the top,
okay.
Obviously.
That makes sense.
You can look at Oldro and
it's everywhere.
Else. Yeah, it's everywhere. But no, you can go. FIFA 2018 is a big one. I don't think I've ever seen people playing NBA.
Right.
But I think Madden, yes. So there's sports games. There's first-person shooters. There's RPGs, role-playing games. There's MMOs, multi. I don't remember. MMO.
Multi-members. I have no idea.
I can't even think of it right now.
I have no idea.
Massive multiplayer online.
Oh, that's so like a Call of Duty? Is that
or World of Warcraft?
Okay, so that wouldn't be
Yeah.
Battlefield because isn't there like a ton of people on Battlefield?
That
when you
would
play
be
it?
more of an RPG or a first-person shooter.
First-person shooter.
yeah.
So
So-
World of Warcraft is like tons of people on.
That's probably the biggest MMO, massive multiplayer online game. Yeah.
Ever?
Yeah. It's one of the biggest. I think it is the biggest.
Wow.
But-
So I've heard this compared to like sports, like how people when they get on Twitch, they're kind of comparing it to like almost like an ESPN or something like that. Do you feel it's going in that direction where people can get on there and watch it, maybe even be on TV one day?
Yeah. Okay. So they have like tournaments and stuff for different games. Rainbow Siege 6. Is
a
a
war game.
It's a war game. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. Simple.
They'll
thought.
have tournaments. It's a pretty strategic game. I don't play it. I never had interest in it, but I've seen it before. Recently, they did a tournament for PUBG, and they'll have like casters. They'll have different people come
like
on,
announcers.
like on ESPN, where they have
Nice.
they'll have
Like a
Chris
headset.
Collinsworth,
Chris Collinsworth.
yeah, like
calling Monday night
for Monday Night Football.
Monday
They'll
night
have
Fortnite.
one for a stream on Twitch. They'll have like a panel of people be like, oh, this person's doing this strategic move and this, they have that kind of thing on
Yeah.
Twitch, and they have a big following. But usually, I would say for Twitch, it's more for people to go out there and broadcast themselves and try to make a big name for themselves, just for them playing and being an entertainment.
Yeah.
And you can subscribe. You would subscribe to a Comcast,
Like a YouTube.
like a YouTube,
Yeah.
But you would have to pay money for it.
You have to pay on Twitch?
For subscribing, you do, yes.
Really? How much does it cost?
For just a regular subscription is like $4.99 a month.
And is that like you get unlimited access to the website or something? I thought it was free like YouTube.
So you can go to Twitch for free.
Okay.
You can go and watch anybody you want.
Okay.
You don't have to subscribe to watch.
Yeah.
Completely free. Now, say you like watching me play, and I've got thousands and thousands of viewers every day.
Yeah.
You can subscribe, and then you'll have unlimited access to. Maybe they limit their chat to just subscribers instead of
Okay.
people that just join that are followers.
Okay.
Followers are free. Subscription, you have to pay for.
So you're getting like more access to the.
You get
to
more
the person.
access.
Okay.
Excuse me.
You're good.
So subscription, a lot of streamers have personalized like emoticons, like emojis that you can have in chat, like Dr. Disrespect.
He's like the biggest one.
He's
isn't he?
one of the biggest.
He's the guy with the glasses and the wig.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's like somebody described on a local news channel in California that he was like the WWE.
Yeah.
Of fucking
He
Twitch.
seems like it. He seems like it.
And then there's Shroud. He's a ex Counter-Strike Go. What is it? Global Offensive.
Okay.
He's an ex like pro player for that game. He decided he's gonna step down and just start streaming.
Wonder how
They
that's
all
going.
have their own special emojis that they can use in chat. But
Mm-hmm.
you have to subscribe for it. You also get like notifications when they come in, and like there's different tiers. There's 3 different tiers that you can subscribe for. But whatever you want to do on Twitch. I mean, it's a free platform. You go to watch and people just play games.
Yeah.
For me, the reason I got into it was more because I work a desk job where I'm like, I have to wait on people to need me. It's a help desk IT job where I go
Right.
and fix somebody's computer if something's wrong. So in the time where I'm waiting, it's like, well, how do I fill my time?
Yeah.
My boss knows I'm just waiting for somebody to need me.
Right.
Which could be, it could be 2 minutes where I get another ticket in, or it could be
All day.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Forever.
So between that time, I try to fill my time with something that'll entertain me, right? So I go
Yeah.
to Twitch. I just started in probably like September. I just started watching Twitch. And during the day, there's a lot of people that are just all over Twitch, and these big successful streamers, catch your eye. I was like, I don't think I could ever be that big, but it would be fun.
Right. To just play video games.
Just play video games and have people watch you.
do they
and
get
talk to them and stuff.
do they get a portion of the money people are subscribing to them with? Like,
So-
do they get paid through Twitch?
Does Twitch get paid?
I know
Or
that.
does the streamer get paid?
Yeah. What's his
Okay.
name? Dr.
Disrespect.
Disrespect.
Okay.
Is he getting like royalties from how many people are subscribing to him from Twitch?
There's a percentage. I don't know what, because I don't know the.
It's probably decent.
It's decent. It's
It's
got to be
probably
decent.
similar to YouTube. How
I would
they get
say so.
money based on that. Yeah.
They get a lot. YouTube gets a lot of AdSense or
That's
advertisement.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Twitch, if you subscribe, you get the streamers get a portion of that subscription. Now there is a donation aspect to it.
You can donate to
You
them,
can
too.
donate. Say, hey, Dr. Disrespect, keep doing your thing, man. I'm going to send you $10. Now, as I'm getting into Twitch, I'm kind of understanding like, hey, this is probably a good idea to like start getting Twitch Prime. Well, Twitch Prime is like Amazon Prime pretty much.
Yeah.
You like get all the good stuff out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start donating to certain streamers, they pretty much get 100% of that donation that you give. $100, $1,
Yeah.
50 cents, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much get all of it, depending on like if you use PayPal. PayPal
Yeah.
takes a percentage out.
Okay.
There's some websites that use like 25%, 15%.
Can you donate Bitcoin?
You can donate Bitcoin.
Wow.
You can.
Okay.
I actually linked my Coinbase to my Twitch.
So people can donate you Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Ethereum.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet they're making a lot of money. I bet you a lot of people donate to these big people. Just like
just okay.
$1 here and there or anything like that. How many people watch his like regular stream?
So I was watching yesterday. His average, I would say, is probably about 30 to 40,000 people watch at one time.
Every time.
Every time.
Wow.
I won't talk about Dr. Disrespect. There might be some people that know like some things about him. He got into a little bit of trouble with his family in December, and he came back in February. I won't talk about that. We can talk about other streamers, maybe like Shroud. Shroud probably has 40,000 people that watch him at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a like statistic for how many people are subscribed to him.
Yeah.
Anybody can go watch him, right?
Can anybody donate?
Anybody
you have to
can
be
donate.
subscribing to donate.
You could be anybody can go in and donate, and anybody can subscribe, but you don't have to be subscribed to donate.
So at any time, any of those 40,000 people might donate.
Yeah.
When you're streaming, are they saying things like, "Hey, like if you like what you're seeing, donate"? Are they kind of like bidding for donations? Do they do that? Because they should. I feel like they do.
A lot of the big streamers, and there's two aspects to it.
Yeah.
The big streamers don't ask for donations; they just get them
Okay.
because they're good. They play
Right.
games good.
Yeah.
They get first place in the games they play,
Mm-hmm.
etc. Small streamers, and you can look at any small streamers, myself, and I could give you 10 handles right now
Yeah.
for Twitch. All of their donation buttons say donations are appreciated but never required.
Oh, okay. So they're all
Hey,
looking for
give
that.
me a donation.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to, it's okay. But they
Okay.
want them.
Yeah. No.
No,
I
they
mean,
definitely want 'em.
why not? You know.
See, that's the thing though. Like, it's cool to have donations.
Yeah.
The first dollar I get, I'll probably praise that person and have their name hung up on my wall.
I might be that guy.
If you want to.
I'm gonna donate $1
It's
to.
fine if you want to. But
TNB.
the thing is, it's. Oh, look at that.
Your first dollar.
My first
For people who
dollar.
are just listening, we are officially donating $1 to TN Byrn. He has it. You're welcome.
But the smaller streamers they don't make a big deal about it, and the big streamers don't make a big deal about it.
Yeah.
But the big streamers don't ever talk about it,
Right.
ever. Smaller streamers might mention, hey, if you guys like the channel, there's a donation button below the video player.
So
I don't care about that. I might in the future when I'm a little bit bigger, and I'll be like, hey, I don't know if I'll ever get big, for one. But if
Yeah.
I ever do, I'll be like, hey, maybe you guys want to check out the bio on the bottom. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear, if you just watch like Shroud or Ninja or Summit 1G, any of those huge streamers you see on the front page of Twitch,
Mm-hmm.
they're just playing.
Yeah.
And then they just read off like subscriptions, or they'll read messages that people like. When you donate, you can put a message in.
They're probably like, oh, shout out so and so while they're playing. They're like, thanks for the donation today, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like making people feel
Yeah.
special. Okay.
In between, like in PUBG, you have rounds. Like
Yeah.
if you don't get so far, you die and you go
Right.
back to the lobby. They'll take their 5 or 10 minutes to thank people for those donations or those subscriptions.
Okay.
So it's kind of up to
Yeah.
each individual.
I mean, if you're a big
Streamer.
fan, like if you're a fan of
Right.
like those people, I can see why that would be really cool and why
Right.
you would want to donate. And I don't want to stay on like Twitch the whole time.
Yeah.
But I do want to ask one more thing. So, I mean, you watch football. We both watch football. You're
Oh,
a big
yeah.
Vols fan.
Yeah, yeah.
We used to,
Go Vols.
watch the games like Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Yeah. Who's their new coach?
Do you not know who it is?
I follow NFL football.
Jeremy Pruitt.
Jeremy Pruitt, right. So obviously there's a correlation in football. When you're good, you move up and you go to the NFL and then you get famous. And then it always feels like, for instance, Odell Beckham Jr.
Right.
When he was in college, I don't know how flashy he was, but now, look at how flashy he is. The hair, the swagger.
The one-hand catch.
He's so cool, And so, but what came first was the talent, and now he's got all this attention. So is it kind of like that in gaming as well? Like, do you have to be good? Or, I don't want to go back to this guy, but the Dr.
Doc is
what's his
huge.
name?
You can Dr. Disrespect. Like
he's so interesting looking. He's like really eccentric.
So
Did he
the
get famous
thing with
because of
him-
that, or is he great?
He
Like, are people getting famous in gaming for being good or for being eccentric? Because PewDiePie, he's like eccentric, right? Or did he get good because he's great at video gaming?
Right.
Like, what is the correlation that's making people great at games?
And so this has
Or
been a
popular.
problem that I've had. I won't say that I get discouraged about streaming based on my viewers or who's in chat or whatever.
Yeah,
The Doc, man, he puts on a show.
he does. I've seen it. It's hilarious.
He's okay. So he's not the same person he is when he's off stream. He puts on this character,
right.
and he just goes to town on. He takes every advantage of what he can do with that character, and he's making bank off of it.
I'm sure.
And he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's why he does it. Odell Beckham does his Head and Shoulders commercials,
Right,
because he's got that blonde hair, right?
Yes.
Doc, he does what he can. Like he takes his opportunities and he plays that character for the opportunities, and he makes money off of it.
But is that what got him famous? Was his
It is.
character or,
It's his character.
or his talent?
Okay, so he was both, really. He's probably more character than he is talent.
Is he pretty good though?
He's pretty damn good.
Probably pretty good.
He's pretty damn good.
Okay. So
I'm probably getting him followers right now by saying this, but
I'm sure he
I
has
watch
plenty
him
of
pretty
followers
much
already.
every day.
Yeah, I'm sure he has plenty of followers already.
Oh, dude, he's good.
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure.
good.
So it does take talent too, because I've noticed that in gaming, there's always like
Right.
very eccentric people.
You can't just hop in a Fortnite game and be like, "Hey guys, watch my stream. I'm playing Fortnite tonight," and everybody's like, "Oh, cool,
and you start
Fortnite."
acting like silly, like people aren't attracted to that unless you're really good, right?
It's a medium. Like
a
you got to
yeah.
be both. Like
Okay.
you could get in there and be like, "Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, chat?" and play some good music and like be goofy and stuff. But if you get in Fortnite and you get killed first,
Yeah,
repeatedly,
people are just going to stop watching.
nobody's gonna watch you.
People
So
wanna be-
you have to like.
yeah.
It's a development for most of those games anyway.
Okay.
Like, hey, this is my first game. 10 or 15 games from now, I might be a little bit better because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So if you never get that development, you're probably not going to be good, and you're probably not going to have any followers.
Is it smart to do that, to start out on Twitch, or should you get good at a game and then start
I
playing
would
Twitch
honestly
live?
say get good at a game.
Would it be funny to watch somebody be terrible at it though?
Oh, people watch people be terrible at games all the time.
What if you did that? What
I'm
if you just
horrible
got
at games,
really
so-
bad at games and you were famous for being terrible at games
Right.
but funny?
Right.
That should be your motto.
I know there's some people. I don't know if you know what stream sniping is. So basically, like these big streamers like Shroud and Dr. Disrespect and Ninja, they're so big, but you can see like their server information for what like the game that they're playing. You can join and leave a game until you get into that server, and then play with them and watch their stream on the side.
Yeah.
See where they're going and try to kill them.
Oh.
But there's also like the guys that are like, I'm going to do that, but I'm not going to try to kill them. I'm just going to follow them around.
Just follow them around.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
so
not
you-
joking.
Do
I'm not
people's
joking.
usernames like float over their heads? Wasn't
Not-
that like that in
no,
Call of Duty?
It's in Call of Duty, but
Yeah.
you're not going to stream snipe on Call of Duty. You stream snipe more on like PUBG or Fortnite.
But is your username over your head still?
No.
So like if you popped up on his
the thing
screen,
is-
would that help you?
You're just watching them and you just follow them. And in game. You're in the same game. You're just watching where he is and you go where he is.
Can you imagine how hard that would be?
Oh, dude.
As like the main
'Cause there's
streamer,
usually
people are literally trying to find you, trying to kill you in the game, and then in real life in the game. You know what I mean? Like double people.
It's
looking
usually
for you.
there's also usually a delay on a streamer. Like mine
that's right.
is 10 to 20 seconds.
So they could be like in a completely different spot.
Yeah.
Or getting ready to kill
Yeah.
you. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
No,
I'm
streaming, man. It's a tough game to get into. Like I'm trying to get affiliate, but I'm not really worried about subscriptions and
Yeah.
getting donations and stuff. I just want to
Yeah.
play and have people watch and talk to me and have fun. But
yeah, I mean, it seems really fun, and I hope that like me and Kyle watch it. So I hope.
yeah,
that,
thank you guys.
yeah,
For real.
I hope that you get a
You guys
ton
so-
of followers, and TN Byrn is like the
Yeah.
biggest streamer ever.
The cool thing is, like, you guys watch me on my days off. I'll watch small streamers. Not my days off, I shouldn't say. My days when I'm working.
Yeah.
And those times when I'm not busy.
Yeah.
I'll try to find small streamers and join their chat and talk to them. Hopefully get like try to gain a little bit of friendship
If
between
you build
them.
that whole ground level, dude.
Yeah.
You'll be huge.
Get the small streamers together, and you guys all just watch each other and have fun. Like it's not even about the money at this point, because I work a day job.
Yeah.
All these big streamers, they don't work a day job.
That's
Their day job is streaming.
That's so crazy.
So, I mean, the only way I think about that is like, do they have a retirement fund? Do they have
would you want to do
life
that?
insurance?
You,
dude, I don't want that.
You would have to be really careful with your savings, I feel like.
You'd have to, all the money that you get, save it.
You'd probably want to save every bit of it.
What happens if you're driving down the road and you get in a car accident and you're not working full time, but you're a streamer?
Well,
you have
can
to have
get
a lot of money.
Insurance that has disability protection. So insurance
you could do
major.
that.
I got you.
I guess I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So opinion time.
All right.
What is the best computer game ever made, and what is the best console game ever made?
Oh man. Oh. In my
We'll
opinion,
computers.
Like facts.
Your opinion, and if there's a fact, I don't know if there can be a fact. Maybe most sold or most downloads of a game or most people playing it. You can tell me that too. But in your opinion, what is the best computer game ever made? For me, I'm like a pleb.
Go ahead.
What they call
Go
it,
ahead.
Civ 5, greatest game ever.
But they have Civ 6 now.
Civ 5's better. I know people who are like serious gamers who still tell me that.
Yeah.
So I don't know that to be true,
If
but
you
I
like
still
it,
think
dude,
it's
that's
better.
you.
The way you say that, I feel like that's like what you say
I
to
don't
people
play
who don't
Civ.
game.
I don't
You're like,
play
oh,
Civ.
bro, okay, that's what you like. That's you.
No, I don't play Civ. I've never played it. I've seen like minimal gameplay of it, so I don't really know how it works.
It's awesome.
I know it's like a, is it like a domination?
It's like a point and click, yeah.
Point and click, yeah.
And it's like a domination game where you... well, there's like multiple ways to win. I won't go into detail because I'll just completely butcher it. Anybody who listens to this knows what it is. They're gonna be so mad. So, all right, best computer game ever. Let's hear it.
So, in terms of fact, I'll say that first.
Okay.
World of Warcraft is the most sellingest online game ever.
I've heard that people play that so many hours that like if you total all those hours up, that it's like more than Mankind or something crazy like that. It's like thousands and thousands of years.
I wouldn't say Mankind, but it's stupid.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like ridiculous.
Like I know people that still play it, and I quit playing it probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Just the other day, I Googled what is the most popular, because I was thinking about some of the things I
Yeah.
want to talk with you about,
Right.
and I Googled what is the most popular computer game ever, and it said World of Warcraft was number one. So it's still saying that as well.
They're
People
still
just keep playing
dropping updates on it and expansions on it. Like they just dropped the most recent expansion. I don't know what it's called because I don't play it anymore.
Yeah.
But they are the most concurrent players, I believe, for I wouldn't say first-person shooter is different because that's PUBG
Yeah.
or Fortnite. Most concurrent, massive multiplayer online game is World of Warcraft. I wouldn't mind getting back into it. I just don't want to have to level myself up and stuff like that. It just takes forever. It's such a grind.
Yeah.
That's the big thing with those online games is it's a grind. Right now, as far as like most popular game for me, definitely PUBG.
On computer?
On computer, yes.
Okay.
Fortnite console, PS4, Xbox One. PC is a different game, or PUBG is a different game on PC versus Xbox. They did not optimize the game for Xbox. They just dropped it before Christmas, made millions of dollars on it. They're like, cool, we made money, and then never optimized it. PC,
Really?
it's a completely different.
I feel like
game.
it's easier to do that too because it's like a code, right? So you can constantly access like updates and different things like that. So
the version that they're on PC, I believe, is 3.5 or 6. You know how iOS
keeps updating.
Yeah. So the version that they're on is 3.5, maybe even 4 now. Guess what they're on Xbox?
1? I don't know.
0.5.
So they're just not updating it at all.
They're updating it.
Or not as much.
It's a lot better than it was when it first came out.
Yeah.
But they're not even they're not even at version 1 yet.
Okay.
That's how unoptimized the game. You can't even, like, it's so horrible to play. I don't even want to play it on Xbox. I'd rather play it on PC.
All right, so we've worn out the Twitch thing, the gaming thing.
Yeah.
We talked about consoles. Yeah. How do you Twitch? What is Twitch? Different
Everything.
things like that.
Right.
So I know we talked about this earlier. Football. Talked about UT football, different things like that.
Dude.
I just want to hear your opinion because we haven't talked about this yet. What do you think about Alvin Kamara? How he wasn't even a big deal at UT, and he got offensive rookie of the year, I believe.
He did
with the Saints.
Yeah.
Which is crazy that the Saints wouldn't even start him. So what do you attribute that to? Because you know that program. Was it Butch Jones? Was Alvin Kamara just in the wrong system? What do you think about that?
I'll tell you right. I will tell you right now. Butch Jones. That was the problem.
Hey, this is the same guy who was a Butch Jones fan.
for the first 2 or 3 years. He was there, 5
I can
years?
appreciate that.
He was there 5 years.
I can appreciate loyalty.
After 4 years, I expect some improvement.
Okay.
We weren't a losing team until,
Yeah.
this past year.
The way I look at it in college football, if you're not winning national championships, you should change something. Because we're in the NFL, like, you're going to have these huge fan bases, all this money. But if you're not winning natties,
Man.
if you're not winning natties, you should change something because that's the whole goal, right? You know what I mean?
So Butch Jones took over after. I cannot fucking talk today.
You're good. You're good.
After Derek Dooley got dismissed / fired.
I remember Derek Dooley.
Dooley.
Butch
Butch Jones got hired on from Cincinnati.
Were people excited about that?
Oh, dude, I was ecstatic for it.
Cincinnati, he had Cincinnati.
I didn't know a
Doesn't
single.
he have that famous trick play? He has like a really famous trick play at Cincinnati. Yeah.
He never used it though. We beat the shit out of
Wonder why.
Cincinnati 2 years before against
With
Butch
him?
Jones. With Derek Dooley beat the shit out of Butch Jones.
Butch Jones. Can you imagine when they went and they were like, we should get that guy
That guy.
we creamed when we played football. That guy is solid. Was he their
No.
head coach?
Yes, he was.
So he went from head coach there to head coach at UT.
Yeah.
Is that usual in college football? Because
It
I feel
is.
like usually you would go from like head coach, maybe an offensive coordinator. If it's a smaller
it's
program.
more often now, and it might have been more often then. But it's not weird to see a head coach go to head coach. Derek Dooley
Okay.
was the head coach at LA Tech. Could have been compared to MTSU 3 years ago.
That's weird that they would pull from that small program.
Right. Nobody liked it, but he came in and was like, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We'll be a winning team."
That's what
And
they
he
want. He
shit
told
the
them what
bed.
they wanted to hear. Yeah.
And that's exactly like
Right.
like a
Were they good at
political-
all with Derek
yeah.
Dooley? Because I don't watch UT football.
We never went. We went to one bowl game and lost at the Music City Bowl in North Carolina,
Nice.
and then after that, nothing.
So, in Butch Jones was good for like
But
one
yeah,
season,
yeah.
though, right?
Butch Jones was good. We went to three. We went to 3 bowl games. I went to
Okay.
all 3 of them.
Nice.
The first one was the Tax Slayer Bowl in Jacksonville. The second one was the Outback Bowl in Tampa, and the third one was the Music City Bowl in Nashville.
Yes, which is
And-
cool when they play that. I
Yeah,
don't think
and
that's
I
cool when they
took
play
my
that.
dad to that one, and it was his Christmas gift for 2016.
Your dad's name is Chris.
Yeah, Chris
Shout out
Byrn.
Chris.
Oh, you mean
At Chris Byrn.
at Murphy DD?
And
At
Murphy
something
DD.
like that. Anyway,
Nice.
he's the one that you want to give a bid to.
Yes,
he's cool, right?
Yes, if I was still in
If
school.
we were, yeah. Anyway,
active.
Butch kind of peaked in the 2016 season.
That was the year they had that crazy win
the
against
5-0
Georgia, right?
Yeah, that was when we
That
the
was
Hail
great.
Mary down the field.
So
and
what
beat
was
Georgia.
that? Why were they so good during that run? But Butch Jones obviously wasn't the right coach.
As far as I know, Butch and his coaching staff, the coaching staff and Butch and the team just didn't see eye to eye. The easiest development out of that, for which I just said, would be Jalen Hurd.
Yeah.
I'm sure you remember number 1.
Yes,
Jalen Hurd.
I do remember. He was the one that like quit halfway through the season.
So
toward the
he
end.
was on track to be the number 1 running back at Tennessee.
Right.
On track. Even after I think he was in his maybe his sophomore or his
Junior.
I'm stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
See, I graduated college and I forget.
Sophomore, junior.
He was in his. I think he was in his junior year.
Yeah.
And he might have stayed. Oh, well, he's at Baylor now. But anyway, he was on track to break records. We played Georgia, and then we played Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M went into double overtime, and we lost by 3 points. It was a field goal.
Yep.
The next week was Alabama. Got our shit ran. 49 to 10.
Alabama.
49 to 10. The next week, we had a bye week.
Thank God.
The week after that, we got beat by the horrible team of South Carolina.
Was that this year?
That was not this year, it was the year before.
The year before. Okay.
Not this past season.
Because I remember that was when everybody was really excited.
Everybody
and they were
was-
super bummed out. I was working at sporting goods stores then,
Yeah.
and I remember when they got beat by Alabama. The day afterwards, we took returns all day.
Oh my
of
God.
Vol stuff, like literally the
my
whole day.
God.
Nobody bought anything. Everybody brought in Vol stuff and returned it because they have like a return policy.
Right.
And I just thought that was really funny because I didn't work there very long, but they said that was like a normal thing.
I
after
remember
the
that.
balls
yeah.
get smashed.
You were working at we lived together when that happened.
Yeah, that was when I was working at Alumni Hall.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Shout out Alumni Hall.
Right. That place still, they give discounts for just about everything. But anyway, so we got ran by Alabama, 49-10.
Yeah.
We had a bye week the next week. The next week after that, we played South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
It came down to like a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
But during that game, that was when it was accredited to the downfall of Tennessee, because
I remember that.
Butch Jones wanted Jalen Hurd to come in, or Jalen Hurd wanted to go in, and Butch Jones didn't.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the actual story, or either I'm misinformed or there's another story. All I know is Jalen Hurd quit the team after that game.
Yeah, that was that game. I wonder what happened.
As far as what I've heard is Butch said, "Get your ass in," and he didn't want to play. As far as I remember after that, the reason that he wanted to quit is because he felt that he was more of a wide receiver or slot receiver position.
Jalen Hurd?
Dude.
After all that time, that's when he brings that up, that he should be a receiver?
Tennessee started running the pro QB, like the clapping one.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? The pro
Is that called the spread offense?
I think so.
It's like West Coast offense.
Yeah, where they're always playing shotgun. Jalen didn't like that.
Spread.
Jalen didn't like it.
Yeah.
And after that South Carolina game, he was done with it. So
I guess that makes sense.
And then after that,
if you don't like your team's set up, you should go somewhere else.
Yeah.
I know you probably don't.
Even after that game, we eventually made it to the Outback Bowl, which I was in Florida and just happened to have tickets to go to Tampa for the game. So it was when we beat the shit out of Northwestern 42-7, I think.
Go Vols.
And then after that, we just were downhill. We ended up in a bowl game the next year. And I know I'm probably going to get a whole bunch of shit for being an MTSU grad, but being a Vols fan. I've been a Vols fan since I can remember. I've been going to games since before I can remember.
Yeah, I get it if you grew up and like that's what you're into, because that's how I'm with the like. I'm a Titans fan because I grew up on it.
Right.
So I couldn't change that.
Right.
I cannot like from like my heart root for any other team other than them. I get it.
I will cheer all day long for MTSU.
Yeah.
Especially if they go to a conference championship or a bowl game.
Their basketball team's killing it right now, too.
Dude, they're whooping ass right now.
They're so good.
I don't even keep up with basketball, and you know that. And I keep up with MTSU basketball because they are whooping ass right now.
Me too. It's the only basketball.
But I will always 100% be a Vol fan.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense if you grew up on it, and we're talking a lot about like college sports. I want to talk a little bit about your post grad stuff. I know that you're in your master's degree right now.
Yeah.
What is it that has you pursuing that? And I want to ask you, like, what are the classes like? Because I hear that those classes are a lot more discussion. Like, what is it about a master's program that you're in it? Like, why do you want to do it?
Okay, so ever since I got into college, even high school, I knew that when I got a 4-year degree, it wasn't going to be it. So
I've always wanted to get a master's,
right?
Which is 6 years or 5 years.
If you add undergrad.
Right, so undergrad is 4. How many more is a master's?
Which, by the way, I did finish my undergrad in 4 years.
Congrats.
No,
I'm a 4.5er.
It was a struggle. There was if some of you probably know, there was a few speed bumps in the road.
Well, that'll be the next podcast.
Yeah. there was a lot of speed bumps in the road.
That's a whole other podcast.
Right. But no, between summer classes and taking 18 hours on a semester and an internship, I was able to finish in 4 years.
Right. So
but a master's for me, I don't know about others. I've heard some others a little bit longer. For me, it's 10 classes or 30 hours.
Okay.
I've taken one class, so 3 hours.
So we're on track for like a solid 4 years later.
Working on it.
Okay.
Nah.
I mean,
so this semester, there's 7-week classes for my major / master.
Okay.
I'm taking 2 starting 2 weeks. I don't remember what they are. Don't make fun of me.
Perfect.
I signed up for them in like November.
Wow.
Yeah.
They still haven't started?
Yeah. I don't want to like put it out there, but I've been kind of trying to find a new job closer to home.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing holding me back from taking full-time classes.
Right.
Is I work an hour away from home. I work an hour and a half away from MTSU.
So you're trying to focus more. Are you doing that to focus more on school? Is that why you're doing that? Or is that just better for you in general?
Well,
both.
I would really like to get the master's out of the way quick.
Yeah.
And then get into my field of study.
What is your field of study?
My field of study is information security and assurance.
Okay, and so when you're doing that and you're getting your master's in that, the big question for everybody on their master's is it really worth it? Are you going to be making more money worth the cost?
So my undergrad study was computer information systems. I could have been a data analyst. I could have been a help
You can
desk.
be. You can be all these things.
I could be so many different things.
Yeah.
I fell into the help desk, like IT help desk, like, hey, what's wrong with your computer? Let me fix it for you, kind of hole. Once you get into that, if you don't have anything else, you're stuck.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that until I got into it.
Mm-hmm.
But the IT security, everything runs on computers and everything runs on servers, and security is one of the biggest things going on with technology today.
Yeah.
So what happens if you're running a huge company and one of your servers gets taken over by a virus?
Does it happen?
Or if somebody hacks into it, or somebody decides they want to mess it up.
Does that happen? Does that happen to big companies?
All the damn time.
What is hacking? Can you explain in 30 seconds what hacking is?
Oh man, it's hard.
Maybe not. Is it just so complex?
Basically, it's people
think it's people typing on computers really fast.
You see it on TV, and it's people
They're
typing.
wearing a hood
and
for
a
some
hood
reason,
and headphones.
It's always cold when they're
they're
hacking.
really dark. No, that's not what it is. It's people sitting
really
in their
dark.
fucking basements, and they're sending
phishing emails
trying to gain access to a company.
Yeah.
That's
Did
all
you hear
it
about
is.
this study where somebody conducted where they went to government buildings and they dropped USB drives and CDs in the parking lots
see what would happen?
See what they would do with it, and there was like a 60%
I remember
chance,
that.
unlabeled, that somebody would plug it into their computer, and like a 90% chance if it had a logo on the CD or hard drive that somebody would plug it into their computer.
Yes, I
and
remember
that's
that.
Government.
That was actually
information.
that was part of one of my studies last semester.
What is up with
class.
so how
People
can you, how can you
are just-
access somebody's stuff through a USB?
So
Can you access?
You can make macros or scripts or commands on that hard drive.
Yeah.
Say I stick it in your MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Depending on what it does, I can.
Can you remotely
Yes.
as
As
access
long as-
my computer from there?
As long as that macro or whatever I made on that USB drive says, "Hey, point back to Zach's computer."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there remotely somehow
Yeah,
you
yeah.
at the same time?
As long as your computer and my computer are connected to the internet.
So you know how of course in Mac, I'm sure there's in other computers, there's a password bank. It's my keychain is what they call it.
Keychain,
Could you
yeah.
access
I know
that
exactly
through
what that
my through a USB like that? So if I accidentally picked up, or not accidentally, but if I picked up somebody's USB and plugged in my
just
computer,
plugged it in to
you
see
probably
what it
get
did?
all my passwords. So
So,
same thing for a government office,
Remote
right?
access, as far as I can remote into your computer and do anything that you could do
Yeah.
if you had your computer open. Your keychain, if there's no two step authentication through your phone or something.
Yeah.
As long as you could just click and be like, "Hey, what's my key codes?"
Mm-hmm.
They're right there.
Wow.
People just don't understand about security in today's world. 10 years ago, it didn't matter as much as it does now. It still mattered.
I mean, now you can get my entire bank account information
Right.
if you get a hold of my stuff. Because
Right.
all my
if
my cards on my
if
phone.
somebody was like, "Hey, this has some information that you might need for a class or something," and you didn't really understand it, you're like, "Oh, that's cool. I need that homework. I didn't do it yet," and you just smack it into your computer. They could have downloaded a keylogger on there and say, "Hey, oh, I'm done with this USB. Here you go."
Okay.
And you maybe when that USB was plugged in and you typed into your bank information,
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Okay."
I've always thought about how keyloggers work. If you had a keylogging system,
They have to
and
be
you got
installed
it-
on your computer.
and you got it back though, would you word search maybe Fifth Third Bank, and then you would look at what was logged after that to find their password? Is that how you would find somebody's password?
Kind of, but
You can,
a
word search
keylogger
within a
works in
keylogger?
the way a keylogger works is anything you type on your computer will be logged by that keylogger.
That's
It could be
crazy.
you typing in facebook.com.
Yeah.
It'll be logged.
So
Your
you could-
credentials to facebook.com, yada, 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 password, it's logged.
So you could literally look at Facebook,
So it's
and
not
the next thing
like-
that came would be your email password.
Right. Email and then password. It's not it's I don't know.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it's
it's-
literally just like a transcript.
It
Everything you've
only
been punching in
writes
your
down
computer.
that's what a keylogger is.
Wow.
And you can do that remotely.
And so you can receive that information remotely from that USB.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty. So don't
It's-
plug
that's-
USBs
that
into your
is
computer.
very advanced. I will say that. Remotely being
Yeah.
getting that information remotely, that's
Mm-hmm.
very advanced. But say you did it because you downloaded something onto somebody's computer that is connected to your computer.
Mm-hmm.
That's not advanced. That's easy.
Okay.
But you have to know what you're doing.
So I feel like you have a pretty good understanding of all this. I know we gotten a little bit off topic, but I find this really interesting, so I want to ask this.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest things in 2016 was the whole, Hillary Clinton hacking emails, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you know how they got into that? Like how?
I don't know.
Do you know how that level of hacking works?
I don't know a single thing about what happened with those emails.
So you don't know how like advanced hacking, or if they just got a passward similar to what we're just talking about.
program.
Say what? Are they going to teach you to hack? Hacking emails 101.
Jacob Lee, one of a big, like, the top hacking programs is Kali Linux.
Yeah. Why is that?
So you have your Microsoft, right?
Yeah.
You have your Apple.
Mm-hmm.
They make their own operating systems for each of their computers, right?
It's like iOS,
iOS, Sierra, whatever.
Right.
Microsoft, Windows 10, Windows 7, right?
Yep.
Linux doesn't make they might make a computer, but they make mainly operating systems, right?
Yeah.
It's completely different from Microsoft or Apple. It's like a third party.
So why do they do that?
It's completely like developer, programmer, like computer people based.
Oh, okay.
They make one called Kali Linux, which is just a version of that of Linux.
Yeah.
Completely 100% devoted for IT security / hacking.
Do people say it's for hacking, or is it just
They wouldn't
used
say
for
that.
hacking?
It's most people that are friendly or nice use it for security. They use it to do penetration tests or like, hey, I found your password, you should change it.
So if it's for security, you can also be malicious and use it for that as well.
Leslie, my girlfriend, that's what her dad does.
Yes.
That's his job.
And where does he work?
He works for Defense Point Security.
Ooh, the name security is in it. That's kind of cool.
Right.
Defense Point Security.
I'm trying eventually. They pay pretty well. So
I don't know why he wouldn't hire you. Shout out Leslie's dad. Give Zach a job.
Yeah. Well, I think he's already on track to help me. Like,
Okay.
He already knows he wants to help me, so I'm very, very appreciative.
If you're listening, connections. Date a girl with a dad who has a job in your major.
Right.
Yes.
But Jacob had a version of it.
Of the Linux?
When we lived together.
Was he hacking our stuff, dude?
He put it on my computer.
Hold on.
No, I'm joking.
Jacob Lee, if you're listening, stay off of my computer. Stay off. I've always thought about this. Have you ever pulled up your computer and went to like your and it says like when you're in
network.
like a Mac in your network and it says like Jacob Lee's computer?
You can access as long as you have his password.
But what if you didn't have his password? Is there any way to like hack it?
That's what Kali Linux is for.
Dude, that's so crazy.
We had it, but we never knew it.
We need Jacob Lee here. We need to call Jacob Lee.
We need to have like a three-way.
Jacob Lee, for anybody who's listening, is also one of our old roommates. We all live together. And he's also computer programming.
He's very much some more advanced.
He's like a software
developer.
He's into all of that, so he understands it even more than we do.
More than ever.
Basically, this is the guy who would show up.
That shit and
we would show
else.
up at our, when we lived together, and he'd have like one of those transcript windows up with just lines of code when he was doing homework. So it was super confusing. You know, if he was hacking you or doing his homework.
Yeah.
So
basically, Jacob did. Okay, so my first semester in MTSU, I tried to do what Jacob was doing.
Is that hard?
It's hard as shit.
That's crazy.
It's very mathematical and very logical based.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. And so when I met Jacob a year and a half later, I was like, hey, Jacob, what do you do? He's like, oh, I'm CS, computer
science?
Science, yes.
Yeah.
I thought security. It's stuck in my head.
There you go.
I was like, oh, cool. I did that my first semester, and I know what C++ is. He's like, oh, cool.
C++.
That's a programming language.
That's a language, yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. Or he said that, oh, that's cool. And I had moved on to computer information systems. Yeah. Where we use C#. It's like C++ except for baby mode.
For baby mode. So like, not as difficult.
The programs that we use to type it in, they guess what you're going to say. Or like they already know what you're going to say. So it's hard to it's like predictive typing. That's exactly what it is.
Predictive typing?
Yeah.
Explain that. What is that?
So on your iPhone, when you're like going to text somebody that you've texted 1,000 times, you're like, hey, I'm on my way. It's going to, type in, hey, and on the top bar it says, I'm on my way.
Do you know one time I was on my phone and we were having a conversation, not me and you, but somebody else, and they said something funny to me. And when I clicked on it, it popped up and it gave me an LOL. It was like my phone knew they just said something funny. And I was so shocked. Can it tell? Can these computer languages tell when you're saying something funny? Like, does it understand that?
I don't know about computers, but iPhones have predictive and learning like text
Oh,
on
that's
it.
so crazy. All right.
I turned it off on mine because I hate that shit. So
I love it, dude. I
hate
wanted
it.
to know everything about me. Siri, you can know everything about me. Do you hear that?
right.
And so, gosh,
But anyway-
I don't even know where to ask questions about this,
So-
but I want to know what is the most interesting thing that you could probably just tell me about computers or computer science or something interesting you've heard before. Something that
God.
people who don't know anything about this, like me, that might find very interesting that we don't know. Like you just said that they have predictive learning on these things, which is
as long as
crazy.
they're programmed to do, they have predictive learning. Like your computer probably doesn't have it.
Well, the fact
so
that
don't
you
worry.
even said that exists, like that's crazy. Is there
I
anything
will-
else that you would
I
say is
will-
just crazy?
So one thing I will say, and it's probably not the craziest, but everybody probably knows, government definitely has access to whatever they want. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you do to prevent it, the government will have access to anything. you do.
Really?
Oh,
Why
no
do they just
doubt.
have like the best
it's
computer people so they
100%
understand
because
it?
what is it? The Patriot Act.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know what that is, and I'm not completely 100%.
Give me what you understand of it.
What I understand of it is if the government has any suspicion of you doing something that has anything to harm America,
Mm-hmm.
they have access to it.
Do they have to get like a subpoena to access you,
No.
or can they just go in?
They can just go in. As far as I know, I might be wrong.
Well, that's
and I
crazy
probably am.
if that's true because I wouldn't say probably because you do have a good understanding of this. Like, don't sell yourself short.
I just feel like I'm gonna be wrong about it. But
if he's wrong, if anybody's listening, he's wrong. Just
Please.
drop it in the comments. It's totally fine. We're
Yeah.
trying to learn.
we're
So-
learning here.
But that's
we're learning,
great.
damn it.
We're learning. We're learning people. But what's crazy about that is because like your computer is your space,
Yeah.
and so is your home.
Yeah.
But they have to get a subpoena from a court to come into your home. You know what I mean? But if you can just access somebody's computer, which is the rights there, I guess is what I'm getting at. It's very weird.
on the Patriot Act.
Yeah.
There's so many different there's a lot of information on it.
What year did that come out? Is that in 2001?
It was when 9/11 happened.
Okay, so
it was
in
right after
2001, what's crazy is they passed that. But think about what the internet was in 2001. There was no social
Nothing.
medias.
It was nothing.
No MySpace, no Facebook,
memes.
there weren't even memes.
It was like chat boards.
It was probably like chain emails
Mm-hmm.
where those ones where it was like if you don't repost this, copy and paste.
Putting that bitch down. Sorry.
Yeah. if you don't copy and paste, repost this. No, that was probably even like 2005.
No, dude, that was
The classic
2007.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Do you know? I remember the first time I learned copy and paste. I used to see those things on
Control C, Control V.
no, like click and slide, and then
Yeah.
right click. I remember when I was in like 4th grade, I saw a MySpace post. It was like copy and paste this if so and so, and I was like, or it was like copy this to your page and paste it and post it, and I was like, I can't type all of that. It was like 1,000 words, and I was like, I can't. How are people doing this so
Right.
often? And then I learned about copy and paste, which is
No, the only way to get the government off your ass is just not have internet.
really that is
No
so
connection.
crazy.
Getting off the grid is damn near impossible.
They're gonna know about all that weird music I listen to when I'm like bored.
fucked up.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
When
kidding.
I'm bored,
When you're like,
bored,
man,
I'm
this is cool. I'm gonna listen to this.
I'm like playing Mariah Carey on repeat when I'm by myself.
and you're in your room just
They're just judging me.
just throwing your hand around
Just
like
judging me
Beyonce.
so hard. That's
Oh,
ridiculous.
you said Mariah
Yes.
Carey, but I was like Beyonce hand.
They're judging me so hard at the music I'm listening to.
Oh
Man, I
my
would love
God.
to work in that environment and figure out.
Oh, what was it?
It says the permission given law enforcement.
So I was right about the Patriot Act.
We have Zach's girlfriend, Miss
Yeah,
Leslie Waddle.
Leslie's sitting behind
She
the
is-
camera,
you
and she
can't
just
see her
confirmed
or hear her, but
that I
yes,
was right about the Patriot Act. They don't give a shit if you do something that harms America.
that's wild.
They give no shits, and they're gonna look it up.
that
and
should
hurt
be
you.
reviewed.
Permission given law enforcement officers to search a home or business without the owners or the occupants' consent or knowledge.
Without their consent or knowledge.
Without.
So they can.
Consent or knowledge.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
allows the FBI to search telephone, emails, financial records without a court order.
Senor Bush was very, very
He wasn't playing.
concerned about the safety of America.
But think about what that law has like snowballed into with everything
Oh,
that's out there
dude.
now.
Somebody
Back
on
then-
Twitch could be like, "I'm gonna bomb your house," and they could be completely.
Dude, people
Listen
probably
to
say that
this.
all the time on
this
Twitch.
This girl, this has been a recent actually. This girl on Twitch used to work. She was a volunteer at a pet clinic.
Yeah.
Pet like paws,
Yeah.
right? She said somebody was interviewing her with like 3 other people, and she was like, the guy asked, "What's the worst thing you've ever done?" And the girl said, "Well, I killed this people's pet, this dog,
Intentionally?
intentionally." And and she
She
apparently
explained
did.
why.
She was just like, I just killed it because nobody would know.
Wow.
Look it up.
She
I
said it on
swear to God,
Twitch?
she said it on Twitch.
Do you think she just did it just to see what
Well,
it was like?
so she did that, and then like she got so much backlash from it that she just tweeted, it was like, "Wow, nobody can take a joke anymore." Like you don't
So now
say
she
that.
said she was
you don't
joking.
fucking say that you killed a dog on Twitch
Did
in an
she?
interview. Nobody can prove it.
I
You
guess
just
I
don't
bet
say
you
that
could,
shit. But
though.
she is like Pima's involved.
FEMA?
FEMA.
Is it
FEMA?
FEMA?
That's FEMA.
PETA.
PETA is involved.
PETA. FEMA is like the people that come in after like your house gets flooded from a natural catastrophe.
Like Katrina just hit your house like twice.
FEMA's just randomly mad at this girl.
No, PETA
Yeah.
came in and apparently is just snowballing the shit out of it. Anyway,
Man, that's
you just
crazy.
can't say anything online anymore. It's like,
Dude,
unless
what if
it's
she
true.
actually did it though, and she saw the backlash?
No,
and
she's going
like,
to.
oh,
She can go to
my
jail
God.
for it. It's
She's like, oh, I've done it. I told everybody what I did.
Zach,
what?
in 2011, Obama signed an extension of it, adding wiretaps, searching of business records.
Hold on.
In
I just want to add to
2011
that. So we can't say that fucking Trump did it or the current government. In 2011, Obama signed an extension of the Patriot Act to
Oh,
what?
gosh.
What was it?
Roving wiretaps,
Wiretaps.
Wiretaps.
searches of business records,
That one makes sense.
Searching of businesses.
and surveillance of lone wolves, individuals suspected of terrorist activities.
Surveillance of lone wolves /
Is that what it
people-
literally says? Like, are you
Yes,
are you
she's reading
the
it
law?
verbatim.
Dude, to
Suspe-
write a word like lone wolf,
lone
that's
wolf
so general.
suspected of terrorist activities.
Dude, that could be anybody.
Terrorist groups.
That could be me and you, because we both.
What would happen
Nice.
if I had tweeted in 2011 saying, "I'm ISIS"?
You'd have been a lot in trouble.
Oh, I'd be
probably.
in jail.
Oh,
I'm
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 kidding.
ISIS.
I'm kidding.
Hashtag.
I actually have a really funny story about that. My high school history teacher, before 9/11 happened, he said that he was like,
Oh, you can't.
somebody said,
Leslie said that. I'm sure he said like I'm a terrorist or something.
no, before 9/11 happened, he said somebody's going to bomb the Twin Towers.
Wow.
Oh my God.
If he had tweeted that, if Twitter was
Cold
around,
takes would have taken that up
dude.
quick.
Do you ever think about what it would be like if Twitter was around in like 1970? What
Oh
like
my
some of these
God.
people would.
Can
be
you
doing on
imagine us
Twitter?
going back and like looking at the history?
You know how cool it'd be to look at our dad's Twitter? Is he what
My
our
dad's on Twitter.
Okay. I forgot that your dad is literally
Just kidding.
on. your dad
I
is
know what
lit-
you're saying.
Can
Like
you
from the
imagine if you-
80s.
If you could see like your dad in the 80s, like 20-year-old, wiling out, tweeting.
Going to Metallica concerts and shit.
Dude, that's why I went and put most of my pictures on Instagram and archived them. So
Yes.
people can't look at me in like 2010 or whenever it was I started my Instagram. It's so embarrassing. I found a picture literally on my Instagram. It was like the third picture I ever posted, and it was just a Subway wrapper, and it was like the caption was like, "Great dinner." I had to archive that, dude.
I had to go back and delete a whole shit ton of my pictures because when me and Leslie were kind of talking, she decided she was going to go back and like all the pictures that I had made of myself in high school, which are mostly selfies.
That's awesome.
So I deleted them all.
I think we should add a segment to this podcast where, similar to the Hot Ones, that's like the greatest show on YouTube right now. If you haven't seen the Hot Ones on First We Feast, it's a great show where they bring celebrities, different people on, interesting people, Post Malone, Neil deGrasse Tyson, basketball players, you name it, and they interview them while they're eating hot wings. I don't know if you've seen this.
No, I've never seen it.
Oh,
I've
what?
seen Post Malone like picking out a PC for him to play games on. Before.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Post Malone is very entertaining. I appreciate him being famous. If anybody knows that I once tweeted and said Post Malone did not have substance to his lyrics. I've
God!
I've since
I
retracted.
remember that
Yeah.
like the back of my hand.
Yeah, I since
you fucking
retracted.
hated Post Malone.
I wasn't a big fan of Post Malone when he put out Go Flex because I felt like White Iverson had very good substance to its lyrics. But when he put out Go Flex, I was really disappointed in what he put out.
I remember when we were at Bonnaroo 2016 and Post Malone was performing. We were standing there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing fucking Hunter Mulligan.
You saw Hunter Mulligan at a
The
show?
only reason I saw him is because he was cheaping on his fucking vape. Put that bitch up. I don't want to see that. God, I hate that shit. That was from high school.
He's
Anyway.
commenting on photos of himself from.
Leslie is showing Colton these photos that I have been disgusting because that's exactly what they are. They're disgusting. That's why I deleted them. Anyway, we were at the Post Malone show.
Yeah, where did he
Bonnaroo
play?
Bonnaroo 2016.
That's cool. I didn't know he
And
played.
I
forgot.
just happened to look up, and Hunter Mulligan was cheaping on his vape, just clouds going up. I looked over and I was like, "Oh shit, that's Hunter." and I didn't know who the hell Post Malone was.
In 2016?
In 2016.
That was after he put out
Summer.
Iverson.
Yes.
How did you not know who
I
Post
knew who
Malone
he was, but
That
he
one
was
of the biggest like hip hop songs of like
One.
forever.
one. But he was singing in his
all I
entire
needed.
Stony album.
That's a good album.
But
Now, in hindsight-
he hadn't released it
right,
yet.
right.
So nobody knew what the fuck was going on. So we
Yeah,
all
I guess
left.
that makes sense. Yeah.
So I was kind of pissed that I missed
I
like
wonder
his
what that was like. Because nowadays, Stony album, if he played that live, I'd probably know like most of the songs.
Right.
But yes, I
Right.
once did not like Post Malone at all.
hated him.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan, but I watched his documentary on Vice where he like talked about his life and how he came up, and he's actually like a hardworking.
He's from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, and then he like up and moved to I think like LA or
LA.
the classic
He
like
lives in LA.
California trip,
Yeah.
and like to me that is so intense. So
Yeah.
many people in real life just up and move to LA and like
Do
pursue
you know who
their
else
dreams.
is from Texas and moved to LA?
Who?
Guess.
The suspense is killing me. I don't know. I can't even know where to guess.
Jody High Roller.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is.
Damn it, I don't remember his name.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, fuck. He's the white guy that Jordans, tiptoeing on my Jordans.
You talking about Riff Raff?
Riff Raff. Fuck yes.
He's
God
from
damn it. I
Texas?
forget. He's from fucking Texas.
He's from Texas.
He lives in fucking Las Vegas at the Codeine Castle.
That name, dude, that guy is ridiculous.
So stupid. How did he make money? Because he's ridiculous.
He's like that. I think we figured it out, dude. To be famous, you just have to be
Be
ridiculous.
Find your niche. Be ridiculous.
My mustache is my
No,
attempted niche.
Dr. Disrespect's already got the mustache.
He's on Twitch, dude. I'm not on Twitch.
Don't be on Twitch.
I'm not gonna be on Twitch.
Get on YouTube.
Don't at me on Twitch, guys. At TN Colton. We're back on Twitch.
Yeah, no. Let's
I want to go back to the interesting computer stuff because that was super interesting to me. Then we got off on a tangent about me apologizing. I'm sorry, Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone.
I'm a big fan ever since. So, most interesting thing you know about computers that you could tell somebody who doesn't know.
Oh man.
You got to know something that I don't know.
Oh,
And
I
would
could
say
do-
I'm probably a
See,
general.
this is
I'm pretty normal as far as it comes to understanding.
This is the
of
problem
computers.
with working with like a help desk for almost a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I know so much about computers. I just don't know what's interesting about them
That's
anymore.
a good point. Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Is if you're
It's
you
all
know so
kind of
much.
boring. Like nobody, people that know about computers, like use
Mm-hmm.
computers, they know as much as they need to. Like they're just super boring.
Yeah.
But without me or without the people that do my job at businesses and stuff, they just couldn't survive with it. I don't understand. Like I have people contact me once or twice a week about the same problem, and I can walk up and just fix it real quick. That's the worst part about my job. It's so repetitive.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing that I'm so excited to get out of this job is to do something new.
Yeah, that's always exciting to
The biggest.
looking for
Also,
something
another
new.
thing is I work an hour from work, like an hour from home.
Yeah.
I would love to work in the borough.
5 minutes like me.
Yeah, yeah. Have something that's super close.
Yeah.
And I can just like go home and chill,
Mm-hmm.
and then not have to get up super early
Mm-hmm.
and drive an hour. Like that's just. I guess that's just me. Post
But you
grad.
have a job. That's cool that you have a job.
Yeah.
You know, that's nice because not everybody has a job, man.
I just realized like yesterday or the day before,
Mm-hmm.
my job is easy as shit, and it's only because I've been there for a year.
You kind of figured out everything.
I figured everything out. That's what it is.
Interesting.
Somebody's like, "Oh, this does," and they talk for fucking an hour, like a minute long, and I after the first 10 seconds, I know what's wrong, but they keep fucking talking.
They're trying to explain.
They're
the
trying
problem
to
you.
explain the
They probably
problem.
don't know that you don't.
I know,
You
and
it,
that's
yeah.
why I don't say anything. And that's why I don't get
Right,
mad.
right. Well, that's nice that you're giving them the time to explain
So-
it, and I mean that's nice that they're explaining it to you as well. And
Right.
I guess I can understand that. You probably dealt with the same problem a lot.
So now I was going to ask you, Colton, Mr.
my
Mr. Recent grad.
Yes, I recently graduated. Yes.
How is how's everything been? You know, you're the host. I'm gonna host you for a second.
Wow, this is a great role reversal. So now that I'm not the host, I'm the guest.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Zach Byrn. I did recently graduate from college. Definitely one of the best decisions was to go to college.
Right.
I definitely, now that I have a degree,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I shouldn't say this, but I can
Yeah.
because I have a degree. So it almost, again, makes it like I shouldn't say it. But I feel like not everybody needs to go to school.
Right.
Like, right as I was graduating, I started to realize like, I don't think I needed to go here.
No.
But I made all the best memories of my life and all the best connections of my life. Would have never known either of you in school or had this opportunity.
Right.
So for me, it worked out a lot. But I could also see why people don't need it at all.
So obviously we spent a year together.
Yeah.
No, I think I'd have to agree with your, sometimes you don't have to go to college.
Yeah.
Sometimes you could go to a technical school and get a skill that you could use for a job.
Yeah. I almost feel like you would enjoy going to a college and getting a skill more if you liked that skill.
Like
a
maybe
lot.
welding or carpentry or
audio engineering.
Anything.
Yeah.
There's literally so many. What's the V? There's a V word for it. I can't think of it.
Videography?
No. Like volunteer. No. Vocational jobs.
Yes. Is audio
Vocational.
engineering technically vocational?
It could be, depending on how much into it you put.
Yeah.
But
My
anyway,
brother just went back. I don't know if he told you that. He's at an audio engineering school now. So shout out Taylor Anderson, my brother. He's going to SAE in Nashville. So he's doing sound recording, which works perfectly with like everything around us and our family because we've been super music forever.
Dude,
so
I
have somebody in the family who can record and do those things. So
ever since Taylor showed up at the house and you guys just started playing music together, I was like, okay, I understand now.
he's much more musically inclined than the average person in my family. So
Right.
it only makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
Once he went back to the school, everybody's like, all right, that makes sense. Like, finally,
Right.
that's awesome that somebody in the family's decided to go and do one of those.
I wish
I'm glad he's choosing
I
to do
had
that.
chosen at a younger age to try to learn guitar.
Yeah, I forgot. I used to play guitar. We're both into like metal too, so that was cool. when
Yeah.
we lived. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very unknown side from both of us.
I
would
was in
say.
that band for years.
Yeah,
so,
well,
like,
but-
people who I grew up with all know that I'm
Yeah,
into
yeah,
metal. But
same for me.
college, people in college
Yeah,
probably
that's
don't know
what I'm
that
saying,
as
like,
much because I didn't have a drum set in college or anything like that, so I wasn't into that music as much.
Right.
So it was hard for me to access that music. So I didn't listen to it.
I
as
wasn't
much
afraid
either.
to let people know that I was into metal, but a lot of people didn't
And
know.
then reggae too, Revolution.
That started
all
in
the
college.
metal
I
stuff.
won't even
that
lie.
started in college?
That started in college.
Really? I
Yeah.
guess same for me too. So I how did you get into
Man,
Revolution?
so I found out who 311 was. Do you
Who
know
is that?
311 is a band from like the 90s.
How did you find out?
I don't know. I don't remember how I found out who 311 was. Oh, Guitar Hero. I'm
you
not even
found out
fucking-
through guitar.
I'm not
you got
even fucking
into a
with you.
whole genre. Guitar Hero
Listen.
changes your life.
Guitar Hero had 311 Beautiful Disaster.
Okay.
And I was
Beautiful
like, that's a
Disaster.
good song.
I'll listen to that.
I love playing that on Guitar Hero. I know we're getting off on a tangent, but
It's fine.
I was like, I'm gonna throw 311 into a Pandora like channel.
Pandora.
Pandora.
Forgot about that.
My dad still pays for it. No ads.
He's just
Just lets me use this login.
People who pay for Pandora, I get so frustrated.
3
because
months.
I'm like, Spotify is so much better.
$3 a month for Pandora.
It's only $3.
Yeah, a month.
Hey Pandora, if you sponsor the show, I'll go back to you.
So we have Pandora and Spotify Premium. So I
Oh.
threw 311, and I could look it up. It's probably 2013, 2014. I threw 311 into a radio.
Okay.
I found Revolution from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, this is kind of cheesy. I don't know how I feel about Revolution. Then I started getting into it, and then
Yeah.
I met people that were like, oh, dude, I fucking love Revolution.
They're
Let's
so
go.
good, dude. Remember that
So-
show we went to?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
man.
So we've been, I think, what was it, 4 or 5? Was this past?
Five
I
Revolution
think
shows?
I've been to 5 Revolution shows.
For people listening that haven't been to a Revolution or a reggae show, they
Dude.
put an artist on the
Yes.
side of the stage while they're playing
Yes.
this incredible music
Oh.
with so many people in the music
Yes.
going on all these
Yes.
sounds, and a person paints like a full piece of artwork during the
The
set,
entire
which is
time.
maybe an hour, and it's like
yes.
an incredible piece
The
of artwork.
first time
and then
I
they
ever
sell
saw
it
that.
at the end, right?
The first time I ever saw a live painting was Sublime with Rome,
That's great.
Pepper, which
Okay.
is a good reggae band,
Yeah.
and Revolution. It was at Ascend Amphitheater about 3
That
or
must
4
have been
years
an
ago.
awesome show.
They had a live painter.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
It's so crazy. They just go out there and each set, they paint a completely different artwork.
Yes,
and then
every
when we saw
time,
it together,
every
he painted
time.
like some type of like it was like space or
yes.
something. I can't even describe it, but
Yeah.
it was amazing. And that dude just goes to town the whole
Every
show
time.
through the lights, through the
Every
music,
time.
everything. He's on the side of the show, and nothing like affects him, but he uses the music to mold his art, and it's
He's
incredible.
just feeling himself, man.
He is
Damn it.
feeling himself.
He's just feeling himself.
It's great. You're like watching the show, and every once in a while you'll look to like your left or your right, wherever he is, and you're like, oh, he's doing his thing, and it progresses throughout the show, and eventually you get an understanding of what he's making, and it's incredible.
It gives you an appreciation for that type of music. Because you, the first time I showed up to that kind of music, people are throwing themselves around, they're dancing, they're getting into it, they're like feeling themselves, and I was like, I don't know if I'm comfortable doing this. Like, this is kind of weird. People are watching me, and then you kind of
People are watching.
You
me.
kind of start to realize like nobody cares what you're doing.
There's a lot of freedom at those shows.
That's what reggae is, and I won't preach on it. Reggae is just it's time. I can't fucking talk right now. I'm going dyslexic. It's its
Going
own type of
dyslexic.
music. It's its own type of music. If you like it, you do. If you don't, it's okay.
Yep.
We
But if you
don't-
like it, it's great.
Get into
it's a
it.
great experience. It's good.
Like
music.
I said, I'm a huge metalhead, and then
Mhm.
I can switch from Metallica or Lamb of God
Mhm.
to Revolution or Bob Marley or something like that.
Damian Marley.
Yeah, like music's just a huge part of my life.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's a great show, and I forgot until just
that's so
now that we
crazy.
went
That
there.
I always forget we went to that show together.
Yeah, and we didn't go together. We did not go together. I showed up with my brother.
That's right.
You with
You
your
went-
friends.
yes.
And you saw my Snapchat that I posted where I was there. And
Yeah,
I spelled
yeah, yeah.
Revolution wrong.
You
And you're like, hey, you spelled Revolution wrong. Also, I'm here too. And then we went up front
Yeah.
with you guys. And
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
were
yeah.
like way up front, and that was awesome,
We
man.
started dancing and stuff.
Yeah,
it was so
it
much
was such
fun.
a good show. It's such a good show. It's such a good environment.
I know a
too.
lot of people like reggae's like, oh, you gotta smoke weed and be a hippie. No, dude,
No,
look at me. I like NASCAR.
I'm looking at you. You're wearing. A
I like
Hawaiian
NASCAR,
shirt.
Hawaiian shirts, and
Got from the show.
oh, I'll tell them in a second. Hold on. But no, like you don't have to be a certain type of person
Mm-hmm.
to like any type of music.
Speaking of Revolution, I wish I could have gone to that show with you
That
guys.
show,
My knee, man.
you could have. Dude, they had tables.
No, what?
They had tables.
Why am I going to sit
Dude,
on a
just sit
table?
down, yeah, dude. Anyway, that show we went to in Nashville a month ago.
Was it only a month ago?
A month ago,
Yeah.
January
Everybody
January
doesn't know I
27th.
tore my ACL and I've been
January
rehabbing it.
27th,
There's
so
no way I could have gone to a
we got-
Revolution show a month ago.
We got a poster signed. Was it
by
signed?
them.
It was signed by them.
Have you ever seen my tape ball that I have of theirs?
I've not.
The tape that they use.
Oh
to tape down
yes,
all
yes,
the-
yes, yes.
Yeah,
I was there for that.
I
Yeah.
have the tape of Revolution that held down all their mic cords.
So
It's
they-
random, but I have it.
we got a T-shirt, a signed poster,
It's awesome.
lanyard.
get to meet
yes.
them?
We didn't get to meet them,
Did
but
they
we
sign it
we met the
pre-show?
bassist. Yes, he after the
Oh,
show he
dude,
came down.
He rocks.
Here,
Was he wearing a tank top?
he was.
He always
was.
wears a tank top.
I just gotta show you. But
Show
no,
me this
it
picture.
was so much fun.
We got a pic.
Okay. So I know how like music shows they have the guard rail.
Yeah, right.
Leslie jumped over and I held her legs up.
What?
And she grabbed the pick off the ground and I pulled her back
Nice.
over. Yeah.
That is very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That is very
It was
cool.
super recent.
I've always wanted to get like a drummer's drumstick from a show. I've never gotten that. I think doesn't one of our friends, either Evan, maybe has a pic of Blink-182 when they went and saw them live.
I
Is that
wouldn't
right?
doubt it, dude. Yeah.
Or maybe Nathan Weck. Not sure.
Let's see. I want to find it real quick before we go on. Damn it! Where the hell is it? That's before Daytona.
Don't worry about it. Well, if we find it, we'll talk about it
find it.
afterwards.
We'll
But
find
we'll find it.
Daniel. What's up, bud?
Our friend Daniel
Yeah,
is
Daniel's here. I just had to say hi.
I had to say hi. Well, is there anything else that you want to discuss while we're here on the podcast? We've been here for about an hour.
Man, I just want to ask you real quick.
What's up?
How's postgrad for you?
Postgrad is good for me.
I've been postgrad for almost a year now.
like I mentioned a second ago, I tore my ACL, so
Tore your ACL.
and I got surgery 1 week after I graduated and 4 days before Christmas. So I spent my whole family comes to my house for Christmas.
Yeah.
So I spent my Christmas on the couch on the horrible drugs that they give you
Oh,
for your
God.
knee, and I hated it. I was in so
Oh,
much
dude, I
pain.
remember when you were like, I don't need these drugs.
I did.
And then you're like, oh, I need them.
Look, I had 3 incision sites, right?
Right.
If you're not into medical stuff, stop listening right now. I had 3 incision sites, and the top one, like on top of my knee, it started to hurt. It was the first one that came back to feeling because they give you a nerve blocker for like a full 24 hours, and you're fine before that. So when it started to come back, it was like the worst pain I felt in my whole life, and I was in pain for weeks. And so when it started to come back, so I'm sitting there like on Christmas, and like all my family's in, and I'm in pain, and I'm also slightly drugged up, and like they weren't working right. It was terrible. So the whole like recovery process has been like 100% of my life. I go to the gym every day, do my PT, try to get my knee right. That's like the biggest struggle right now. So like post grad life is fine. I'm literally trying to like make myself walk right and run right again.
Job's doing good though.
Job's fine. Everything's good.
Right.
This is going good. So like literally just like living life, trying to make my knee work. So
have fun.
I'm kind of, yes, I am having fun. And I'm kind of glad I have the whole knee thing because it's like giving me something to do. Right. And like this part of your life where you usually don't have anything to do. Most people when they graduate, like they're just like, oh, I'm done with school. What do I do now? For me, I had like an objective. So in a weird way, the knee thing has been really good for me to give me like something to do. Like, oh, you have to teach yourself to walk again. Right. You have to train your knee to walk again. You have to figure out how to go upstairs again. Yeah. So it's given me a mission. And while that's like kind of a bad mission to have, it's a mission. So it's been nice to put something on my plate. And I think by the time I'm done with my knee, I'll be far enough out of school where I will have other things going on. So in a weird way, tearing my ACL was like a really good thing for me.
It gives you something to do, damn it.
It's a weird thing to admit, but it was a really good thing that I tore my ACL. So
when I graduated, the only things we did, we went to Bonnaroo. We went to a wedding.
Turn up. Weddings are fun.
Yeah. And then after that, we got a cat, and then I got fat. So
got your second cat. Let's mention that.
Second cat.
Your second cat.
My first cat. I would say that's actually part of mine.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pour one more drink right here, Zach Byrn.
I'll take another. Well, I'm pretty good.
I was gonna tell you should take another one, but
I'll probably just chug it.
For anybody who's not watching, Zach Byrn is not a fast drinker, but he also doesn't like margaritas, so I appreciate him being a trooper for this podcast. But man, I really appreciate having you on.
Yeah, dude.
Anybody who wants to check out Zach Byrn, what's your handle?
Man, so I've got two now. My normal one is obviously at Zach Byrn, ZachByrn.
And where can they find that?
That's on Twitter and Instagram, Facebook. Mm-hmm. Zach Byrn, Zachary Patton Byrn, whatever. Nobody uses Facebook except for our parents.
Which they hopefully watch. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
Yeah. Thanks for watching me drink.
Yes, thanks for watching.
And my other one is my Twitch one, which is at TN, as in Tennessee, TN Byrn, BYRN. Just trying to get a little bit of following on Twitch.
Yeah, follow this guy if you guys aren't currently watching Twitch. Twitch is really cool. I think in the next few years, Twitch will become a bigger and bigger deal.
It's gotten a lot bigger since it came out.
Oh, for sure. And I've noticed that too, and I'm not even on it. Yeah. So is there any shout outs or anything else you want to say before we leave?
Man, if you guys, I won't begging for followers and stuff. Like, if you guys want to come and watch, come and watch. If you guys want to hop and chat and talk, that's fine. If not, that's cool. I understand. But thank you guys so much for watching me and Colton converse.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've had a time to ourselves to talk.
There we go, man.
So,
yeah. Been a good time, dude. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
If you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe. You can also follow us on Instagram at Cheers Podcast. Be sure to comment what you'd like to hear from us in future episodes. Thanks for listening.